What was the first car you ever drove?
Really, it was the tractor sitting over here when I was about 12 years old. It's my granddad's.
Yeah, and that's what started it all? When did the obsession with cars come in?
Okay, I guess I'd say that started when I was about 15 years old, and we visited an aunt and uncle that lived in Lubbock, Texas, and he had a 1955 Thunderbird. And I stayed out in his garage with it most of the day, and when he came home, he tossed me the keys. I went to drive it around the block. So I can't tell you how many times I went around the block, but that was probably the thing that kind of influenced me to be a Ford person.
Yeah, this is so amazing because cars are more than just getting from point A to point B, right? It's American ingenuity, it's competition, it's design, it's history. It's amazing. When I look at this right here, I expect like Bonnie and Clyde to get out of this car right now.
And it's art.
Yeah, it's art.
It's beautiful. Yes, and that's the 1933 Ford is what Bonnie and Clyde were ambushed in.
Oh, wow.
Because he believed in Fords.
Yeah. When you say art, in the beginning, a lot of cars were actually custom made, and so no two looked alike, and then here came the father of the Industrial Revolution.
Yes. Thank you, Henry Ford. Yes.
You can have any color you want as long as it's black. They obviously got away from that, but you talk about art, even things like the grills on the cars and like the hood ornament.
And they were different most years, so then everybody would look forward to seeing what's the new model going to look like, because it changed.
And now the V8, maintaining the pace set by previous models, is a new car throughout. In its every feature, the genius of Henry Ford is reflected. To him, as to the business world, it is a distinct mark of progress. Here it is, the new Ford V8.
You have several cars in several colors, but they look similar. These are the 32 Fords?
That's right. That's the 32 Ford. The first year of the V8, that's when Henry Ford pulled the U.S. out of the Depression, and he was on the road.
All right.
So these are a couple of 1932 5-window coupes.
And if you're on the road in Texas, you need a truck.
Oh, you've got to have a truck. So that's one of the 32 original Ford trucks there, and then there happens to be another sitting up here. A little Rooster Green.
With such a vast collection, what was it about Ford that just you wanted to center most of your collection on?
I guess it was Ford performance, and my cousins in their teenage years, early 20s, they raced Fords, and I kept up with them, so just had the interest in Fords. And another thing too is Ford has been great about retaining parts. So if you're building a 32 Ford, you can still find a set of front fenders.
Gary, I think all the set of front fenders are probably here. I think you have them all. Gary, a lot of the older cars started off looking very sophisticated, very elegant, but it wasn't long before they figured out people wanted speed. They wanted a car that looked sexy.
The fellows that came back from World War II, they took those 32 Fords and made their hot rods. Then along came fellows like Carroll Shelby, and he got in touch with the hot rodders. So that's when Carroll Shelby started getting involved with the ICOCA and started building the Shelbys, and that was performance in that day.
Speaking of that competition, there's a story right here.
Yes, that's the GT500 KR, and the KR stands for King of the Road. And Carroll Shelby heard that Corvette was going to come out with a model called the King of the Road. So he got his patent attorney to rush to the office and beat Chevrolet. So then he came out with the Shelby GT500 KR, King of the Road.
Every detail has some significance. This car right here, for example, has these gold stripes, not just a design.
Yes. Him being the marketer again, he went to Hertz Rental Car and he sold them 1,000 of the 1966 Shelby GT350s, and they were rent cars. It was Rent a Racer, $17.95 a day, and he put gold stripes on those. And he also, on the side, it says GT350H. This is the new 2019 Ford GT. And the ones on either side are 2005. Henry Ford decided that with Le Mans victory in 1966, that he wanted to come back 50 years later, because in 1966, Ford won Le Mans and places first, second, and third. Well, then they came back with this car in 2016 and placed first, second, and fourth.
So there were cars that were made for racing, but then this car was converted to actually be driven on the streets?
That's correct. This is the first Ford, and possibly, you know, thinking about just U.S. auto production, the first car that was built as a race car converted to street. Normally they're built for the street, then converted to race.
And so what you're doing now is that you're taking these cars and giving them another life to enhance other people's lives. What made you decide that you wanted to go ahead and part ways with these cars in an effort to help future students at the University of Texas?
Well, you know, the other part there is I like preserving the history, and they have done this for the last 20 years or so. And now, you know, it's time to think about, okay, turning the cars to others. And I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to go to the University of Texas that allowed me to do quite a number of things. And I'm so impressed with the students of today. They're outstanding. So we've got to have tools to do different things. So it's really neat to be able to give back to the university that helped me so that they have the tools then to further advance technology in the U.S.
Is it going to be sad to see them go?
It'll be nice to know that other people are enjoying them. I've been a caretaker, so it's time.
All right. What you got for $20?
All right.
Maybe some gasoline?
Okay. All right. We've got a model.
Oh, okay, good. I'll take that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And as a fellow Longhorn, thank you for what you're doing for our university.
Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns.